Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of the 808 podcast. The podcast that's 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob. And today we're doing something special. I've got our CEO TC on. I'm gonna ask her one question. She's got 8 minutes and 8 seconds to answer it. Here we go. TC, part 2. Here is the question. How do you use a short podcast for networking and building content? Go.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about content, just content. All right. Now, I get that you can take a podcast and go get it edited and spend the time and make a whole mess of little little pieces of content. That's a lot of work, either whether you do it or somebody else does it. What we're going to talk today about is creating content without editing.
Mm-hmm.
Get it done. All right. Now, the first thing I tell everyone is this. Once you have done 100 episodes of a podcast, people consider you a thought leader. Would you agree?
Yes.
Every time, and we've done a couple different podcasts. Okay, but like I said, we've done over 1,400 episodes, but they've been different types, different podcasts. In fact, we're starting a brand new one. The 808 is a new one. Okay, we know, and you can talk to me about this, Bob. But after 100, things kind of change.
They do.
Okay. If you're doing one a week, that takes you 2 years. If you do 5 a week, that takes you 5 months.
Yep.
Okay. And if you do 10 a week, takes you 10 weeks. Okay. We've even had clients that have done 20 in the first couple of weeks just to get over that hump.
Right.
And just get them done. Okay. Now you can only do that because they only take 30 minutes plus 5 minutes of post-production. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bob, I want you to show people why this makes you a thought leader and increases your credibility. Would you pull up our LinkedIn?
Yep. So there's someone I interviewed. There's someone I interviewed.
And if you see the numbers on those, it's 700. You see the numbers?
Yep.
They're in the 700 range. Now, this shows credibility. So when someone wants to get on the podcast, it increases the number of people that say yes.
It does. Because I can show, if they say that part there, I can go say, hey, look at all these other people I've had on.
Also, when you see the titles, especially if you're in a niche market. Now, we interview a lot of CEOs. So if you see CEO of this company, CEO of this company, CEO of this company, okay? Right. And, if you're in a niche market, let's say you're talking to dentists, all right? And I can tell you, trying to get to talk to the actual dentist, good luck, right? But asking the dentist to be on a podcast for only 10 minutes, they say yes.
They absolutely do. Okay. Also, one of the great things about this is when someone starts becoming a putz and they say they want all these special little treatment, I can tell them I've done 700 episodes without that special treatment. So no, thank you.
Yeah, it's up to you. Now, if you're in a niche market, you really want that person, then you'll jump through the hoops.
Right.
But because we get to talk to so many people, all right, we get to only talk to people that we like, that connect with us.
Right.
And you might not. It's okay. In fact, the joke we have in our company is if you need a cheerleader and somebody who's going to tell you how well you're doing, don't hire us.
Right.
But if you want to know how to use what your clients say to close business, or you want to know how to use a short form podcast to network, we're who you talk to.
Exactly.
You see? So the thing is that you can become a thought leader very, very quickly by using these content. And it increases your credibility because they see of all the people that you've interviewed. They know that you have networked with all those people. Mm-hmm. That increases who you are.
Yeah.
Haven't you found that out?
I have. When people say, because I tell people, they say, wow, you've done 1,400 podcasts in 2 years. I'm like, I don't look at it as 1,400 podcasts. I look at I've talked to about 1,400 different business owners.
And that's what we look at it.
Right.
Ours is networking, right? We are networking with these people. That's what we want. And we're going to, now, here's the thing. When you do a short form podcast that is totally focused on them, not on you.
Right.
Okay. That's what we tell everybody. Focus the podcast on the guest. Mm-hmm. All right. That's what makes it totally different. That's why you get more people on, you get more people on, you get more credibility, get more credibility, get more people on, and it just keeps going on over and over.
The loop.
Okay. All right. And so that's how you get really incredible content, because it's quick. It's going to take you, we say 30 minutes. Now, here's why we say 30 minutes. And like Bob says, the first 15 is a podcast. If you just want to do the podcast in 15 minutes, all right, a couple minutes of pre-production, a couple minutes of post-production and be done, you can be. We like to use the other 15 minutes to network.
Right.
And
so you could do it in 20 minutes if you wanted to.
Oh, easy. Easy peasy. Okay. But creating content and getting a lot of content out there, that here's the other thing. This is the really exciting part. Okay. You tag them. It goes to all of their peeps.
Right.
So whether you use LinkedIn, whether you use YouTube, they're using this piece as a marketing tool for them.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're reaching their people, their audience. You're not just reaching the audience that you create.
Right.
Because you made it all about them. Now, here's the thing. If the podcast is about you, there's less chance of them sharing it with their audience.
Correct.
We've had people even put it on their website.
Mm-hmm.
They've asked us, say, hey, can I put this on? Yeah, sure. Put it on your website. Other people say, do we own it? Yes, you own it. Take it, please.
It's all yours.
It's all yours. So they can use it however they want to use it. And this is incredibly effective. All right. Do we have a minute for a bonus?
Oh, we got a minute. We got a minute and 40 seconds.
Okay. Bonus. Let's say that you want to reconnect with somebody that you have not talked to in a while. Instead of contacting me saying, let's catch up, you send them and say, hey, I have a new podcast. Would you like to be a guest?
Exactly. And here's the other thing. Once you get past that 100 episodes has passed since someone's been on, I like to have my favorite guests on every 100 episodes. Would you like to be back on?
Amazing. Keeps it great. Okay. So my call, what is it? Call to action?
A call to action or closing statement, either way.
Closing statement. Okay. So I'm learning this here. Okay. If you want to know how to simply the very specific steps to creating a netcast, a short form podcast that's going to show you how to network and create content very quickly with no editing, check out the link below.
Perfect. Yeah, pulled it off, TC. One question, 8 minutes and 8 seconds, because 808 looks like Bob. And everyone, my name is Bob Clark. I am legally required to tell you to make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, whatever the social media network requires you to do. You all have a wonderful day. I will talk to you later. Bye.